Alright, Han, they lower the shields and cycles to release the excess gas from the mining operations. If you hide in the gas, you should be able to slip through without the guard manning the laser cannon seeing us. Then we fly just above the tree line to avoid their sensors and head to these coordinates. There is an abandoned hangar built into the cliff. We should be well hidden there. This is a big planet, but there is only one base of operations. We will be able to hike the few clicks to it no problem. Getting in shouldn't be that big of an issue. There is a secret entrance the troopers made to sneak out and blow off steam. We may have to contend with a few troopers, but they will be off guard, so we should be able to take them. Once inside, we will travel through the maintenance tunnels. Chewbacca, you will not fit into the tunnels, so I will direct you to a private workstation with an access terminal. Hopefully you can break into the system to give us some support. Maz.
I will stay on the Falcon. If you make it back, we will need to get out of here in a hurry. If you don't make it back, I may have to come get you.
You think you can handle warming up and flying the Falcon by yourself, old lady?
Please. I practically gave the Corellians the designs for this relic.
Our heroes make their way through the snow, and when they get their first look at Starkiller Base, they do not like what they see. The entire base standing at attention. High-ranking officers shouting orders and giving propagandist speeches. Droids loading supplies and ammunition. All 4 men had been in the military long enough to recognize an
invasion. This is part of an invasion fleet. A big invasion fleet. Finn, why didn't you tell us the Remnant was planning on moving into our neighborhood? Seems like vital information. So tell us now. Where are they invading? What's the time frame?
I didn't tell you because we haven't exactly had time to sit and talk, Han. We've been too busy getting shot at and planning how we are going to get shot at next. The Empire had us working on something for weeks, but Imperial operations are so compartmented, nobody but the upper officers know what we are all doing. But this could work to our advantage. With all the personnel busy, the base's hallways should be empty.
And Finn was right. This part of the base was practically deserted.
All right then. Chewie, this may be the easiest jailbreak we have ever taken part in. What do you mean you have a bad feeling about this? Finn, which way to the detention center? And Poe, which way does your tracker indicate BB-8 is?
This way.
This way.
Both men said, pointing in opposite directions.
Okay, maybe this won't be easy.
All of a sudden, the group got the feeling at the same time that someone was behind them. All at once they turned, blasters drawn, to find
Ray! How did you escape? How did you find us?
How I escaped is a long story I will tell you later. How I found you, I just ran into you. Seems like very long odds that we would just run into each other in such a big base.
You too have seen space wizards levitate objects with their thoughts, and running into someone you were looking for is a mystery to you? If Luke were here, he would call it the will of the Force. I still think it's just dumb luck. Now, the 3 of you go find BB-8 and secure the map to Luke. Then plug the droid into the base's main computer and find out everything you can about this invasion and Ben Solo.
What are you going to do?
Chewie and I always carry explosive charges with us when sneaking onto an Imperial base. We are going to do what we always do. Mess up someone else's plans.
Finn, Poe and Rey make their way to BB-8's tracking location. 2 stormtroopers are working to hack into the astromech droid, or they were working on hacking. Now they are a puddle on the ground. Poe sees BB-8 and almost knocks Rey and Finn to the ground to get to the droid.
Hey, buddy! I missed you. No, sorry, you can't shut down here. We need you to plug into the main computer and get all the information you can on invasion plans and Ben Solo. Can you do that for me?
Meanwhile, Chewbacca and Han Solo are on different levels of the engineering bay, both having more fun than they have had in a while. Planting bombs and avoiding the occasional stormtrooper, This was way more exciting than the detective work they had been doing the last few months. Then Chewbacca's fun turned to dread as he watched Kylo Ren descend the stairs to Han's level. Chewie didn't know what to do. He wanted to call out to Han and tell him not to engage, but he didn't want to give away either his or Han's position to a Force user. Maybe doing nothing was the right move. Maybe Han will stay hidden and this danger will pass. Then Chewbacca's stomach dropped as he watched his best friend step out onto the walkway and call out,
Kylo Ren, I heard you know where to find my son. I want answers. Now.
I came down here because I felt your presence. I was in complete disbelief. Even the brash Han Solo wouldn't invade an invasion party, not when he could flee and warn the Republic. You must really want something here.
Yeah. My son. I already told you that. Now tell me what you know, or if he's here, give him to me. I am in a bit of a hurry. I've got to get back to warn the Republic.
All right, I will bring him to you.
Han could not believe his eyes. All the horrible things that Kylo Ren was said to have done, all the terror and death that Kylo Ren had inflicted in his short time on the galactic stage. There is no way it was actually his boy. There is no way it was actually...
Then? How? Why?
I have been shown a new path, Dad. A path that will net more power in the end than even the Emperor had.
Power? Since when did you want power? You always said power was too much responsibility and you wanted to go on adventures. Not sit and watch people kiss your butt. Ben, give me the lightsaber. Come back with me to your mother and we can figure this all out together.
For a moment, Han thought he got through to his son, but as he reached out to take the lightsaber, it ignited, piercing through Han Solo's chest. Han looked into his son's eyes and saw only rage.
The problem is, I am not Ben Solo anymore.
Kylo Ren turned off his lightsaber, and without a word, Han Solo fell into the abyss. A few floors up, Poe, Rey, Finn, and BB-8 arrived just in time to watch the famous general fall to his death. Rey cried out, but her scream was drowned out by Chewbacca's rage-fueled growl. In the blink of an eye, Chewbacca had his bowcaster raised and took his shot. No time to consider this was the boy he helped raise. Han Solo was dead. Chewbacca's life debt, a failure. Ben Solo died with Han. Now Kylo Ren was going to join them. Kylo's rage and the confusing feeling of loss distracted him long enough for Chewbacca to make a direct hit. And as Kylo Ren fell to the deck, Chewbacca aimed to take the killing shot, only to have stormtroopers shoot his bowcaster, rendering it unable to fire. Big mistake. Chewie's rage changed focus, which brought a smile to his face. Now he gets to get his hands dirty. Chewbacca moved quicker than the stormtroopers anticipated, allowing him to close the distance and then place himself in the middle of their ranks, always keeping a stormtrooper between himself and the muzzles trained on him, while he removed the limbs of the troopers who dared get in the way of his revenge.
We have to save Chewbacca!
There's too many stormtroopers. Even if we could get to him, we won't be able to calm him down enough to convince him to come with us. If you've never dealt with an angry Wookiee before, don't start now. Everyone to the hangar. I saw a speeder near there we can use. Let's get it and double back for Chewie.
Chewbacca continued his rampage, dispatching what seemed to be an endless supply of stormtroopers. But Chewie was fine with that. He could do this all day. Then he saw Kylo Ren begin to stir. The wounded Force user reached out his hand, and Chewie knew Kylo was calling his lightsaber to him. Chewbacca threw the stormtrooper he was holding, along with a thermal detonator, at the other stormtroopers and leapt to the next floor. Chewbacca reached the lower level just in time to reach out and take the lightsaber from the Force's grasp. Fear washed over Kylo Ren as the giant Wookiee ignited the lightsaber. Kylo brushed the fear aside and used all the force he could summon to attempt to wrestle the lightsaber out of Chewbacca's grip. But it was useless. Ren couldn't summon enough force to give him strength enough to fight a Wookiee and keep his wound closed. So Chewbacca pummeled Ren, beating the Dark Lord, strangling him, before throwing him through the wall and out into the snow. Kylo Ren lay defenseless. So what? Chewbacca thinks. Han was defenseless when you ignited your lightsaber. Chewbacca was wrong. He hadn't failed his life debt. He was about to fulfill it by killing the man that murdered his friend. Then Chewbacca's back exploded with pain. He falls to the ground, ears ringing. The only thing he can make sense of is a voice yelling,
"Set blaster for stun, I said! Repeat again! Set blasters for stun!"
before Chewbacca loses consciousness. Some of the stormtroopers surround the fallen Wookiee, while others tend to Kylo Ren. One of the lower-ranking troopers asks,
"Commander, why stun? Why didn't we blast this scum into atoms?" "Because, Trooper, I don't want to be responsible if Lord Ren wakes up and decides he wants to torture the furball. Now put him on the finalizer. The fleet is moving out soon.